They were the first ones to wrap it up. Sorry.
Welcome to amorephillyunion, where sometimes we want to record a flash episode for you so that you know we're all still thinking about the union wherever we are in the season. We are your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm C.
And I'm E.
All right. So in the spirit of a flash episode, Eric, any updates regarding housekeeping or any downloads?
Just want to give a quick shout out. I guess our download champion for the week, if we want to christen that title, our fine folks over there in Hong Kong. A bunch of downloads this week. Cool to get all that international love. So thanks very much, Hong Kong. It was pretty cool.
Thanks very much. As always, if you want to directly help the Philadelphia Union Foundation, you can visit their website at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. Feel free to make a donation or get involved however you can. All right, we've got two games to recap this week. First up is the third place game against Colorado, where the Union, despite scoring 2 goals, ended up going to PKs and losing to Zach Steffen's 2 great blocks.
Yeah.
Zach Steffen had a really good tournament from everything I've heard, despite landing in the third place game.
Yeah.
So,
Pride of Coatesville.
That's true. So,
So in some respect, the home team did win that game.
Well, once again, a Philadelphia goalkeeper kept the Union from winning something.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
It's like the only person, the only way we can get defeated is by ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. The game was kind of odd for me. It's a couple days removed now, and there's been more, a lot of living since then. But I don't know. It was kind of like almost an indifferent game. The fact that we didn't win, it's like, okay, we don't have to worry about Champions League next year. Sweet, that's one less thing on our plate we got to worry about. I want us to win, but at the same time, it's like, less work now.
Yeah, and as far as kind of a non-game, I mean, minimal attendance, really not
minimal.
Very. I don't have numbers, but just watching it on TV and actually listening to it at points, there were times that you were hearing things that you wouldn't normally hear. Like when you sort of had that college soccer game kind of feel.
You could hear
and then other times not so much, because I know they can dial that up and down, but yeah, and just looking at the stands, it was not a well attended game. I know they were giving away tickets via Alley, like the Dare 24 or something.
Yeah, right.
Not a lot of excitement about this game. It was nice to see Baribo score. I hope he can it's great to see how well he's doing. It really is. So and I believe he got or tied for a golden boot for
this. He won the golden boot for the tournament.
He won golden boot. Hey, silver lining, folks.
There you go. Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of I know you guys aren't big hockey fans, but there's a best goalkeeper award that they give out at the end of every season, and a couple of times, and one of the more poignant times I remember was the San Jose Sharks, I believe had this goalkeeper who stood on his head throughout the playoffs. His name was J.S. Giguere, and he won the best goalkeeper trophy in the game of the Stanley Cup Finals that his team lost the cup. So he came, they call his name. He wins the award. He literally looks like he skates out, grabs the cup, takes the quick picture, and just skates off the ice. Like that's kind of how this one felt a little bit. In that, great for Baribo. I'm super happy that he's got his scoring boots on, that he's scoring well. But can we just get back to it now that we lost and we're 4th place?
Not even 3rd.
So,
it's nice seeing Baribo, blossom into this absolute goal scorer. I mean, having one game where you score a hat trick or a brace, hey, awesome, right? And then it happens again. And then you score in the next game. And then you score in the next game. At some point, it's like we're beyond this, we're outside the statistical anomaly range here.
Yep.
Like this is definitely evidence of a dyed in the wool goal scorer. He's got a nose for it.
Yeah.
It's a nice consolation.
And his second goal did temporarily give the Union a lead in this third place game. But they ended up not being able to keep it as the Colorado Rapids scored quickly in the second half, penalty kick shootout. Stefan was able to block 2 shots, and Mbaizo missed on his. So that ended that run. And yeah, Leagues Cup's over for this year.
It's nice seeing Keegan Rosenberry. He's kind of blossoming. He's captain, I think, for the team.
Yeah, he's captain. Mm-hmm.
And I dig the beard. Looks very works for him.
Yeah, he got called up to the All-Star game too.
Oh, wow. Well, good on him.
Yeah, and then for those who aren't aware, Columbus did manage to beat LAFC and win the Leagues Cup Champions Trophy. So those 3 teams will move on and play in CONCACAF Champions Cup next year. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah. And that made me happy because I still have an irrational dislike of LAFC.
And it's always nice too to see a Midwest team take out one of the East or West Coast teams. Because we talked about this, right? That all the money, all the publicity, and I'm painting with an extremely broad brush here, but it's like it's going to be New York or it's going to be LA or it's going to be wherever Messi goes. And that's it. They're going to get the most of the spotlight. So I always enjoy it when, a team like little Columbus takes down LAFC.
And it's only a few years since Columbus was possibly no longer to be. So
right. They very nearly moved to Austin.
Yeah. And I'm not knocking Columbus either. I mean, they are a great team. It's nice to see, like, I want to say like Boise take out New York City FC. That's David and Goliath.
Peoria.
Yeah, exactly. Coming for you, Miami. Congrats, Columbus.
Yes,
congratulations. And we had talked about it beforehand that what did we wish we would see in this one, and that was the Young Guns run out for the third place game, and then the Union would play their starting lineup for the game against Columbus. And instead, they just put their starting lineup in both games, and they ended up losing 1-0 to Columbus, as Columbus made a bunch of subs in the second half and scored one of the wackier header goals that we've seen this year. Yao Yaboa scored on a cross from, I think it might have been Rossi or Ramirez, one of the Columbus stars, and somehow the header got past both Elliott and Mbaizo and caught Blake on the far side of the goal. So on the whole, this game was a little boring in the first half, I'll say. It kind of actually was back and forth. Definitely you saw two teams radically different in their approach, in that Columbus was trying to get on the ball and own possession and beat the Union with possession, whereas the Union were trying to make more direct plays and break out, and they had some opportunities. But it just felt like Columbus always kind of had this game in hand, even playing away.
Although the first half, it felt like most of the shots Columbus had on net were pretty easy. Like Andre Blake could just, do them and, sleep and block these shots. It wasn't, none of the shots looked particularly dangerous.
We had a number of near misses, it seems like, crossbar kind of stuff, but
unfortunately, none of the Union shots were dangerous enough to go in. I mean, the Union did rattle the woodwork twice in the course of this game, and had a couple of opportunities in the middle if players had been able to get where they wanted to be. Good teams win games they shouldn't win, and the Union, despite playing well, during the last couple of weeks. This week was not their week.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's feeling like, I don't know. Feels like we had this brief with Leagues Cup, a kind of a resurgence of winning. And then it feels like it's sand slipping through our fingers now, and
yeah.
I mean the Saturday game, it's kind of like, it's no big deal. Third place.
Well, let's keep it in perspective. This was Columbus. They are like the class of MLS. So losing to them is not such a big deal. It's disappointing and it's frustrating that they lost, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I was tempted to wring my hands a bit about it, just in the sense of like, oh, we did well in Leagues Cup, and look at this, it's all going down the tubes again, and I kind of checked myself because I'm like, look, everybody's tired. Yeah, maybe we should have done better, maybe this, maybe that, but it was by no means a drubbing. It was what it was. And move forward, I think.
And personally, I feel bad because I actually had the tickets for this game. Originally it was supposed to be on Saturday. It got moved to a Wednesday. Unfortunately, I had to get up stupid early today to travel for work. Plus, Nate got sick yesterday, so we were not actually going to the game. I ended up having to watch the game. I tried to give away my tickets at the last minute, but nobody wanted them.
Oh, no.
Really? Oh, man.
Yeah. Little disappointed I wasn't able to get down there. It was terribly hot day though. It was mid 90s at the time of the game. So
yeah, it would have been a bit miserable on that side for sure.
Especially with a 16-year-old.
Yeah, you don't want that.
That's something I needed to deal with.
I'm just looking here. How many games do we have left in the season?
About
eight. We played 26. So it's 34 games in the season. Is that right?
Yep.
Good enough for me. We are one place out of contending for the playoffs. We're in 10th. We got to get into, I guess, 9th place. I guess 8th and 9th. We'll fight it out to get that 8th place spot. So we're still in it, right? We can still make it into the playoffs. And, we talked about this in the previous episodes. To me, it's like it's a bare requirement to have a quasi-successful season is we have to be in these playoffs. I'd like to be securely in the playoffs, but we got to get into these playoffs.
Well, good news for the Union. They only have 3 home games left in the season, and they appear to be doing better when they play away. So hopefully that will, that having 5 away games will give them a chance to earn some points.
Yeah, right.
Now, there are remaining games. I'm just going to read it off here.
That's good.
It's Red Bulls, Miami, New York City FC, DC, Atlanta, Orlando, Columbus, and finishing with Cincinnati. I believe all of those teams are over the playoff line at the moment. So any points they get will help the Union and hurt the others. So it would be good to see them getting some results because they need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami has already locked up their playoff standings. So
they were the first ones to wrap it up. Sorry.
Krista, your mic's on.
And we need Gajdog and Baribo and the others to remember how to score.
Yeah.
Maybe Baribo has a chance to move up the scoring record. I did see that in the broadcast yesterday. Gajdog is still tied 4th overall in MLS with 14 goals this season. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Come on, Gas Dog.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
I'm right here.
Is that Chet Messing was mispronouncing Gazdog's name? It's like as Gas Dog.
Yeah, that was the Gas Dog week. Yeah, that still tickles me. So next match at Red Bulls. This Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Be there, be square, I guess. No. I don't know. I don't know what that meant.
It's kind of hard I'm not sure how I feel about the upcoming game. Like, it's Red Bull, so obviously I want the Union to win, but I'm not confident that they're going to.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, here's an interesting thing, because I just Googled it just to double check myself, and Google's doing that fun little likelihood tracker. And by that I mean win probability.
Like Google's doing that now?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
if you can see.
So
you probably can't see. Red Bull's 56% probability, draw 23%, us 21%.
Yeah.
That's kind of about what it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think this is a very useless little graph
right.
there,
I mean,
or line chart or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, go on.
Maybe we should do that as part of our podcast service. We'll start our own amorephillyunion probability department.
Yeah, but I think it has to be something completely off the wall.
Oh, yeah.
What's the chance of this or that or the tie between them?
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with some topics.
Well, this is interesting because if you scroll, I don't know if you guys can see that, they have a head-to-head record of the last 5 matches, which
that could be
is
helpful.
4 Philly wins, 1 draw, no Red Bulls wins.
All right.
You hear that, Mark?
Yeah, Mark.
All right. Other Union news, big thing here. Damian Lowe was transferred to a team in Turkey.
No,
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi League, yeah.
So I guess that means he'll be going up against Ronaldo at some point. Because isn't Cristiano Ronaldo in that?
Yeah.
I see a lot of cards coming in that exchange.
Oh, we can only hope.
Yeah, there's some rumors, no confirmation of anything here, but the Lowe's contract was apparently up at the end of the season.
Right.
Rumor is that he was unlikely to sign any extension or renew with a new contract with the union, and so the union managed to transfer him out, get something for him, hopefully give him a chance to get some game time and a lucrative contract. So, I mean, he was definitely behind Glesnes and Elliott in that center midfield or center defender spot. So good luck to him. It might be a little less heart attacky to watch the union now.
He had apparently put out a social post sort of indicating his displeasure, at least in a veiled way, with some aspect of the squad. So I'm not saying that the trade was in any way retribution, but clearly something was going on there.
Yeah.
So
it does feel like the team is in this. I mean, it's in a state of flux right now, right? We lost
for sure.
Martinez. We lost. I mean, Carranza a little while ago. Martinez, Lowe. It does feel like we're bringing in new guys, right? Danley, who started in the Columbus game. I was going to mention that. I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of loose ends flapping around the breeze right now. I'm concerned when things will start to congeal. And
it doesn't feel like there is necessarily an overarching strategy. I could be utterly wrong, but it feels like the TV shows that went on too long and should have ended. Like I'm not saying it should end. What I'm saying is that it would be nice to know that there is a comprehensive, at least idea that they're pursuing, even if something ends up derailing it, but something that they're going for. And I know we won't hear that, never really share that kind of detail, and I understand some reasons for not doing that, but like it does feel very patchwork right now to me personally as a fan.
What you're saying is we should really start to worry if the union sign like some cute little orphan kid and his robot dog. It's like, oh no. Henry Winkler shows up. Anyone need a shark that needs to get jumped? It's like,
man. All right. Well, speaking of jumping the shark, that might be the end of the episode.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't have anything else for this.
No, I mean, like Paul said, this is going to be a flash one, guys, because onward,
we don't really want to talk about what did happen, and
there's not
what
much
did
to
happen
say.
wasn't that great. So
right.
Yes, we'll acknowledge that it happened. We'll move on. We'll see what the union can do against Red Bull in New York this weekend. Hopefully you are making the trip there. It's not that far away if you can. And it is a Saturday game on a holiday weekend, which should be fun.
What's the weather looking like for Saturday?
Cooler than it's been here, at least. I don't know about New York, but and I do think that that our friend Gabe from We the Union will be at the game. So if you do go, look for him. He will be the one in the We the Union hat. I don't doubt.
Well, yeah, enjoy it if you make it. As always, you can find us on our website, amorephillyunion.com. You can reach us at our email address, pod@amorephillyunion.com. On X, we are amorephillyu. Instagram, YouTube, and Threads, we are amorephillyunion. You can find either our music playlist or our podcast playlist on Spotify under amorephillyunion. One has the music, and one is the podcast. Should be pretty obvious.
I would think it's the amorephillyunion, the original cast recording.
So get our podcast wherever you get yours. And thanks everyone for tuning in for a flash episode of amorephillyunion. We're your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm C.
And I'm E.
Go Union!
That's it. It's a flash.
That was good.
That was perfect, Paul. That was wonderful. I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, hey,
I think we did it.
By my clock, that was 20 minutes.
Dude, I think we did it, man.
Wow,
I don't think there's much to edit there at all.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it if you just like.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing we do is I'll probably just run through it just to find a hook to
just
put
run it through knock off its horns, wipe off its butt, run it through the kitchen, and slap it on a plate, right?
Walk it through a warm room.
Wipe off its butt, though.